Hello, I'm Geoffrey from GeStudio. I would like to show you a very useful trick to transport information from Blender to Unreal Engine, or the other way around if you want. It's pretty simple, but very useful. Here is something that is absolutely not
From something was, please Disney don't strike my channel for this. Thank you.
As you can see, I'm using some colors to identify some surfaces. These are called Vertex colors in Blender. If you want to see them easily, just shade it flat. You ask to display an attribute, and it will just show this one. I rename it color. The default will be probably just attribute. It is here if you want to, if you need it. If you had, as an example, you want to make a material that will display it directly, you can call the color attribute, Shift A or right click now, and call the attribute here and select color. So now if I do this, I see the same thing. It can be used to bake. If you want to bake it in a texture, you can click here. You create a material. You add a texture here. I just call the attribute. Get it straight here. No need for a shader. Just put it here. You simply go to render, cycles, GPU. This doesn't matter. Blah 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 blah, and you go to bake. Directly bake the emit. As long as the image is selected, when you click bake, it will bake these colors in the texture if you really need it. Here we don't need it for the method I'm using here. It's just if you want it differently, and if you want to use with a Quixel mixer as an example, where you need a map of the colors because this stupid this software cannot read Vertex. Anyway, what we want here is to simply paint these things. So what I usually do is that I select the faces I want to work on. Let's say I want to work on this, then Vertex Paint, click here, Paint Mask, so I won't interfere with the rest. Here I'm using the red channel to tell what kind of material it is, and kind of a surface it is, because I'm only using one material, of course, for optimization reasons. So this red is used depending on the value, it's something different. So here the 25, I decided that it would be the steel. I don't want to use a texture, so I will only use this as an source of information. So red 0.25. I want the green to tell us what's the roughness level. So this one is used from 0 to 1. The first one is just an index. 0.25 is steel, 1 is the light, 0 is rubber. So it's just me, I decided this. You can choose the values you want. This green, I want to use it differently. I want to use the full range. I could also use a simple index, but just want to be simple here. So green, here I want to add a bit of roughness, so we'll say 0.3. Up, I'll click a little bit here, okay. Then what I can do is use the blur to make it less brutal. Anyway, you see what I mean. You can adjust things the way you want. Also here, I wanted to fix a problem, which is this spot. As you can see here, it's reflecting too much light. For rubber, it's not That's great. I will select it, so Alt, I will select the ring, so face Alt click, and I will say red 0, since I said that rubber was zeros, and I want the roughness to be full. Control X to paint the whole thing at Control X, Control X. Oh, by the way, keys can change from a version to another, so just in case, know that you can go to Preferences here, and you can change the key maps, sorry. See, set vertex color, set vertex colors is here. You can change the binding if you want something else. You can even use a, I don't know, a mouse button maybe. Never forget that Blender is very easy to adapt to your needs. So you can change the keys, and when it's updated, you have always have the option to re-import. Now I've modified this, I will simply do a file, export. Here I'm using FBX, we can use another. It's very promising, but with Unreal Engine right now I'll just use a, a good old FBX. Here's my profile. I just deselected the useless stuff. I don't need to export this to Unreal, obviously. You can, once you've done this, you can click the plus here and type a name to create these profiles. So you can do like me and click. So we'll export it here. Boop. Then on Unreal side, I will re-import. Of course, a regular way to do this is you can drag and drop in your folder, or you can click import. Nothing crazy. Tack, and as you can see, things changed here. And it's pretty cool. I'm happy. So, how does it work in the material? I promise you it's very simple. I mean, way more simple than it looks. Here we have a simple lerp for the base color that is using this if gate to know if the color is at the right value. I take this vertex color. That's the trickiest part, sorry, by far. It's that you need to eliminate the decimals you don't want. So I multiply by 100, round it, so there's nothing else than the value I want. As an example, if it's 0.25, I multiply by 100, I get 25. I round it, so I remove everything that's behind the comma, then divide it. So now it's 0.25, but nothing else. There's no risk. There are some decimals that will make this false. When we type 0.25, we want it to be exactly 0.25, or it will say, no, sorry, it's wrong, it's this value. It won't say this is strictly equal. It's the only a bit tricky thing, but everything else is very simple. I say if a 0.25 is equal to the value of the vertex, then 1, else 0. So when it's 1, the lerp understands, oh yeah, it's 1, okay, so here. Same thing here, it's 1, so straight go to metallic, since it's the steel part. The only one I want to be metallic, so I just plug it here and it works. Also, vertex color for the green, since it's directly painted roughness, as I said, it's way more simple, so I can just plug it, say look. And about the emissive part, it's the light here with a nice blue effect. It can be very beautiful. Maybe I'll show you. So I put this light here, multiply it. So it's a color, it's a vector parameter. Okay, you can get the name you want. I suggest that you always use these vector parameters, so you can make instances of this material and adjust it the way you want. So because sometimes colors in game don't exactly look like this, because you know, this is a default rendering. You in your game you might have a lot of post-process. I don't know what you're creating, so you can tell. Anyway, here I check for the for value 1, and oh, you multiply light by 1, else it's multiplied by 0, so 0 emission. Anyway, let's yeah, I'll show you. Whoa! Sorry if you have like me motion sickness. Here's our friend Duke, and as I said, I'm gonna show you something very simple and funny. Post process volume. I want it to be unbound. Duck, and ask for the bloom value, make it cross. As I said previously, we can use a nice instance. So use this instance of the material, open it, and we will have a bit of fun. A light look. I'll say 10, 50. I'll show you what it does. Control L. Here, like this. See? It's Control L, by the way. The control on default Unreal. Some people sometimes forget. See? It works pretty well. Pretty well. I think I've obtained what we wanted. As you can see, the difference in roughness is not very noticeable, but very useful, very realistic. The basic light like this can be cool in gameplay. That's thanks to Lumen, and it costs well, very few, thanks to Lumen again. As you can see, you can transfer information pretty easily. If you paint some new here and bake them, of course you can send them back to export back to Blender. Mesh paint, you paint your colors the way you want, blah blah blah. You do what you want, you paint, and then once it's done, you select it. I mean, here, you right click, export, and in Blender you import the FBX. Of course, you can also use a texture to add some more details, but it's well, it's one less texture in your in your memory. You probably noticed, but I didn't care about UVs at any point in time here, since I'm just using the Vertex colors, so it's not important. Hope it's useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, blah 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 blah. Oh, and check my Patreon. You have sources for my videos over there, so you might want this, and they're mostly free. So now, it's Patreon is very useful for that. It's nice hosting in the end, and also if you want to get something, I won't complain, because the channel is work too. Anyway, have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.